Today was the original primary election scheduled date until the courts moved it to July 19th. And based on this latest poll, it appears as if the governor's race, really the only one winning it, are the undecided voters. A crowded field of Democrats vying for votes with 3 weeks until Election Day. A new Goucher College poll done in partnership with the Baltimore Banner and WYPR showing Peter Francho, Wes Moore, and Tom Perez in a statistical tie. Francho has long been leading the pack for months, but polling in 16% of the votes now. Moore, the political newcomer, has 14%. Same with Perez, who's a longtime Democratic leader nationally and in Maryland. Doug Gansler, the former attorney general of the state, is behind with 5%. And 35% of people who were polled say they're undecided. Political analyst John Deedy says the undecided voters leave a lot up in the air.
They need to find something in the next 3 weeks to gain traction, to gain momentum.
We caught up with some of the candidates during a forum in Baltimore City.
I coached sports for 15 years, and I always said to my kids that I was coaching, you want to peak at the right time. And I feel like we're peaking at the right time. I want to solve problems.
I am quietly confident that when people walk in and actually vote or send their ballots in, they're going to pick someone who has experience in managing the economy. And they like me because I've managed their money well. I know I'm ahead because everybody's attacking me all the time.
I'm the only moderate, pro-business, pro-law enforcement Democrat in the field. If Candace Hollingsworth and I don't win the primary, we're going to have a Republican governor. That's going to be bad for the abortion issue. That's going to be bad for guns. And it's going to be terrible for Baltimore City.
On the flip side of the ballot, undecideds are leading as well. 44% of Republican voters say they still haven't picked a person. Dan Cox, the state delegate who is backed by former President Donald Trump, has a slight edge over former Labor and Commerce Secretary of the state, Kelly Schulz, who is backed by Governor Larry Hogan.
I know that there's lots of polls out there. We have routinely seen polls that show me up in a continuing thread of people that are undecided. So the only thing that I control in this is to be able to make sure that I get on the street every single day, talk to voters.
This is the first poll showing Cox with a slight edge, something Deedy says should send a warning sign to the moderate Republican Schulz and her campaign.
The Kelly Schulz campaign should be terrified. This may encourage a lot of the militant Trump supporters to be more vocal and display their enthusiasm for Trump and Cox if Cox wins the primary.
Maryland's primary is July 19th. Today is also the deadline to register to vote. You can do so right up until midnight online. You can also register to vote in person as soon as early voting starts, as well as show up to the polls on Election Day. In Baltimore, Mackenzie Frost, Fox 45 News.